Hello and welcome back to another in-depth weather video. Today we are talking about Winter Storm Shirley, a significant ice maker from Texas to Virginia. So if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. Now let's get right on into it. So this is the Weather Channel page. We have an article here to read. So an ice storm is possible from parts of Texas to Virginia through early Friday. Ice accumulations may lead to tree damage and power outages. And the areas that are going to be seeing those higher ice totals will be seeing significant power outages. That ice is going to weigh a lot, and that'll cause trees to fall down on power lines. That'll cause just power lines to snap because of all of that weight, and the power lines can't support all of that weight. There will also be some snow for the recently snow-fatigued East and Midwest. Now, the Northeast is not involved in this storm as much as they were in the past few storms. This is a more southern storm than storms such as Roland and Quade and Peggy and Orlena. So this storm has been named Winter Storm Shirley by the Weather Channel. Now here are the current winter weather alerts. We have winter weather advisories in this medium blue. We have winter storm watches in this light blue. And we have a few winter storm warnings, not many. But we do have ice storm warnings from Arkansas through into Kentucky. Now, this is Wednesday. You can see ice from Texas to Kentucky already. Light snow, not much. A little layer of mix in there, some sleet possible, and then some rain on the southern end. Now, we get into Thursday, very little snow, mostly mix and ice is all the wintry precipitation here, and then we get into a significant rain threat. There is areas that might see 2 inches of rain from the storm in parts of the southeast. This is a great graphic by the Weather Channel. This is the probability of getting 1/10 of an inch of ice, which could already create significant impacts. Look at this area in the high chance of seeing 1/10 of an inch of ice, from areas near Charleston, West Virginia, all the way down to Little Rock, and including areas southeast of Oklahoma City. Now, if you take this low percentage chance, you get areas like Dallas, you get areas such as Louisville, Cincinnati there, you get Washington, D.C., getting close to Charlotte. Many major cities that will be impacted by this icing event throughout the week. So here is the snow forecast. Again, nothing major except in the mid-Atlantic. That's where you could see that 6 to 12 inch range, but really not much in terms of heavy snowfall. But that is it for this article. Let's move on to the winter weather probabilistic outlooks. So here is the probability of receiving an inch of snow or more over a 24-hour period. You can see confidence is pretty high, especially once you get into the mid-Atlantic here, but just a thin area that'll be seeing some snowfall. So I'm just going to go through this really quickly. You can see many areas in that 80% chance, especially when you get into the Appalachian Mountains areas. But now we're going to go to freezing rain. This is the big one. You can see we're looking for that 80+ chance, those reds, and you can see those are the areas with that high chance by the Weather Channel. And this threat will just continue throughout the same areas for multiple days, and that freezing rain just piles up. And at that point, we have major concerns for power outages and tree damage, just like the article said. So let's move on into the NAM. I think the NAM's had a pretty decent grip on a few storms. It got Roland a little bit wrong, had a little bit of an overestimate of some areas, but decent accuracy over the last few storms. So we're going to take a look at this storm on the NAM as well. So you can see already some freezing rain. We're going to be looking for this red throughout the entirety of this loop. Some snow, but overall nothing major yet. Now, once you get some moisture filtering in, we get more snow. The early part of the storm is going to be snow heavy. Then, as you get this low pressure here and bring in some of that Gulf moisture, you get some freezing rain, you get some mix, and you get some rain. Now, there's two parts to the system. The NAM does have parts of the Northeast, including New York City, including Boston, getting some light snow, maybe some snow showers, some flurries. But you have part one, which is the more northern part of the system. This is the part of the storm that'll be the furthest north. Then you get part 2, which will be where we get the heaviest mix. That's sleet. That's some mix of rain and snow. Then you also get your heaviest freezing rain. The second part of the storm is very light on the side of snow, but there's still a little bit of snow involved. Now, once you get through that, the second part of the storm is also the rain-making part of the storm, and that'll be pushing out throughout the day on Friday and setting us up for a possible major winter storm that could be pushing through some areas of the U.S. And we gotta wait a few days for that to really get some high confidence in, but there could be something setting up here which could be pretty major. Now, let's go to some of these. Here are the snow totals for this storm. Now, this does include parts of Roland, so don't mind that area in the northeast. But you can see here, 6 to 12 inches in parts of West Virginia, Virginia, even parts of Maryland and Pennsylvania, but overall very light in terms of snowfall. Freezing rain, on the other hand, look at this. We're actually going to go right here, so we cut out that last system. But look at this. Up to 2 inches possible with this heavy freezing rain. This is the area where you really have to start buckling down, preparing for power outages. Because if you get over an inch of ice, that is almost guaranteed power outages. And some areas could be seeing more than an inch and a half, in fact, according to the NAM. So definitely look out for that. Now let's go over to my predictions for the storm and see how these two relate. So here are my predictions for this storm. You can see, let's start off here with some snow. I don't have much here in terms of snow. Most of it's in the mid-Atlantic. Just like the NAM said, just like the Weather Channel's thinking, there's not much snow with this storm. Most of this is the ice factor. So for snow, I have this very light blue that's less than 3 inches. Then you have this medium blue that's 3 to 6, and this dark blue which is 6 to 12. You can see that the target for the storm is going to be in areas of the Mid-Atlantic. DC, you are included in that. Just on the outside, you'll probably get 6 inches. But there could be some areas that get closer to 10 to 12 inches, especially when you get closer to the Virginia-West Virginia border. Now, in terms of ice, I have this red area, that's less than an inch of ice, and this dark red area, that is an inch plus of ice. If you're in this red area here, definitely gear up for some very heavy ice on those power lines, on those trees, and definitely gear up for some widespread power outages. Now, for rain, of course, we have the lime green here, that's less than a half an inch. That's just, you get some rain showers, maybe a band of heavier rain moves through, but nothing really too heavy. Now, half an inch to an inch, this is those areas that'll be getting a consistent light rain throughout the entire storm. Then you have 1 to 2 inches. This is the areas where that second part really takes aim at. They'll be getting a lot of that rain, some moderate to heavy rain. Then you have 2+ inches. This is the areas that will be feeding off that Gulf moisture. Of course, you can see that these areas are very close to the Gulf. That means that that Gulf moisture is going to be directly impacting you, and that's where you get that 2+ inch range here. So that's all I have for this storm. Comments in the comment section down below. How much ice do you think that some of these areas are going to get from this storm? I want to know, and that's all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.